Today was the first day I wore the Cartier Santos out in the wild, and sure enough, I earned my first scratch. Let's talk about it.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad.
So about 4 hours into my shift, I ended up bringing my wrist across the front of my body, and the metal base plates on my pistol magazines in the front of my duty belt came in contact with the side of the Cartier Santos bracelet, and I earned my first scratch. And to be honest, it didn't upset me at all. About a year and a half ago, I was sitting on a waiting list, and I finally got the call from my authorized dealer to pick up the Tudor Black Bay 58 in navy blue. I drove down to the dealer, ended up picking it up, having the whole authorized dealer experience, paying full whack, full retail, and I left the shop with the watch on my wrist. And as soon as I walked in the front door, my dog came up to greet me. And I don't know if it's because she sensed the excitement in me or what, but sometimes she can get a little bit rambunctious and a little bit mouthy. And as I come in the front door and take my shoes off, her teeth end up hitting the face, the sapphire face of the crystal, and left the smallest scratch right on the crystal. It's barely even noticeable to the human eye. And that day, I was a little bit upset, if I'm being honest, because I just spent full retail on a watch, and I wanted it to look like new for as long as it could, I guess. In all honesty, we don't live our lives to buy watches. We buy watches to live our lives. These little timepieces, they track more than just the passage of time. They end up being almost like a companion as we go through life. And we collect scars. And these watches, they collect scars along with us. And I don't think that that's a bad thing. So every time that I look at the dial of my Black Bay 58 and I see that little mark that only I know is there, I'm reminded of the dog that bit my hand on the day that I bought this watch, and it makes me smile. And so with the Cartier Santos and its first scar, I can't think of a better way to mark up a new timepiece, a piece that I plan to have for many years and to experience life with. It makes me happy that that's how it happened. We can't plan how we're going to collect our scars, right? But we just get what life throws at us. Now, some people have ways of coping with these scars, right? We can get polywatch and try to polish up the Hesalite crystal of our timepiece, or we can get a Cape Cod cloth and try to polish up the polished surfaces, or even more extreme, getting like a Scotch-Brite sponge, an abrasive sponge, and try to fix the blemishes in the brushed steel, right? Or some people even will send their watch away every few years for a factory polish, taking down a little bit of metal every time. And then that gives you the added benefit of having a watch that almost looks new, and then you get to experience that first scar again and torture yourself in a sense. But my view on watch collecting is that I don't have safe queens, right? These are watches that I collect to experience life with. And so I embrace the scars that I get. When I was a kid, I was learning how to carve, and I ended up cutting my finger pretty bad with a pocket knife. And at the time it hurt, but now it's a mark on my hand that I can look down on, and it brings back the memories of my childhood and playing in the outdoors and getting my first knife and making mistakes with it. So I don't know why I share that with you, just to encourage you. If you're a watch collector, don't take it too seriously. I don't believe that watches are investments. I don't believe in safe queens. So, gentlemen, wear your watches.